Alright, so moving on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my early fight preview for the welterweight fight that we'll be seeing soon in the sport of boxing between Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia. So, this fight will be taking place probably in the end of February, early March. We'll probably see an announcement as early this week as Al Heyman and the PBC and Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya are on the same page to promote this fight. Probably see a fight card that will feature PBC and Golden Boy Promotion fighters fighting each other on the undercard. But nonetheless, this is not a fight prediction. This is just an early fight preview of some advantages and disadvantages each fighter will be facing when they fight each other for the WBC Welterweight Championship. So we'll start off with the height and the reach advantage. Height and the reach advantage will go to the advantage in favor of the champion Mario Barrios. Now, Mario Barrios stands at 6 foot tall with a 71-inch reach. And then you look at the challenger, Ryan Garcia. He has a 5'8" reach with it, 5'8", stands at 5'8" with a 70-inch reach. And honestly, this could be advantage for Mario Barrios, who likes to fight in range and likes to fight in range using the jab. I think Mario Barrios, that's one of his best attributes in that boxing ring, using the jab to his advantage. And I think the height and the reach has to go in favor of the champion Mario Barrios, looking at the two respective boxers' frames. Weight advantage. Now, there is really no advantage, but weight advantage, you'll probably have to lean towards the champion Mario Barrios here. Now, both fighters fight at 147, clearly. But Mario Barrios has had more he has had more time to develop at 147. He's been fighting at 147 at welterweight since 2022, and he's fought some top-tier names at 147. He's fought Keith Thurman. I mean, his debut at division, he lost. But still, one time Keith Thurman is one of the best welterweights that we've seen in this era. He has more experience over Ryan Garcia at 147. He shared the ring with Keith Thurman, Ugas, Manny Pacquiao, and all of those guys that I just mentioned are former world champions at the welterweight division. And currently, Mario Barrios is the reigning defending WBC welterweight champion. And the only fight that we've seen Ryan Garcia fight at 147 was that Times Square card last May where he lost against Rolly Romero, and he was outclassed and outboxed and an upset loss for 10 to 11 rounds in that fight. So Ryan Garcia is 0-1 in this division. Mario Barrios has been at 147 since 2022. That's 4 years now, and he's a world champion. So I think the advantage weight doesn't really mean much, but I would say the weight advantage goes in favor of Mario Barrios just for the experience and being a world champion and sharing the ring with world champions at 147. Ooh, power and strength. Power and strength advantage goes in favor of Ryan Garcia. Now, clearly, this is Ryan Garcia's bread and butter, the power and the strength, because Ryan Garcia has 20 victories coming away of knockout in his boxing career, 83% knockout percentage in his fights. So 83% of the time he's knocked out his opponents. And he can honestly deliver powerful shots with the signature Chuck Love hook shot, deliver power shots to the body. And honestly, those are some shots that Mario Barrios has been exposed with in the past. Because you look at Mario Barrios, how he was broken down by Gervonta Davis when they fought back in 2021. Gervonta Davis had his way in the counter-punching battle, landing powerful counter-punches, and knocked out Mario Barrios with the devastating liver shot in the 11th round when they fought at 140, going on 5 years ago. So I think the power advantage has to go in favor of Ryan Garcia. Now, the speed and the agility advantage also goes in favor of Ryan Garcia. I think the speed and agility advantage should go in favor of the challenger here because Ryan Garcia has very quick hand speed that could give Mario Barrios issues in the ring. And I think if Ryan Garcia is disciplined, now this is where the trainer's going to come into frame because he's not going to be with Derek James for this fight. He's going to be going with his father as his trainer in this fight, which should be pretty interesting. But if Ryan is disciplined in this fight and not over spamming the check left hook and has a true boxing approach for 12 rounds, not looking for the knockout, the speed and the agility could be in favor of Ryan Garcia to win the fight. Because I think Ryan Garcia has the faster reaction time, faster at letting his hands fly compared to Mario Barrios. So this could be a huge advantage for the challenger as this fight goes on against Mario Barrios. Boxing IQ will go with Mario Barrios here. And I think boxing IQ has to go in favor of Mario Barrios because he spent more rounds in championship fights than Ryan Garcia and has more experience in big moments than Ryan Garcia. And that goes to my point. Ryan Garcia has never been in a championship fight. He's never been in a boxing championship fight, a professional boxing championship fight. That fight against Gervonta Davis, there was no title on the line. A fight against Devin Haney, there was no title on the line. That fight against Rolly Romero, there was no title on the line. So Ryan Garcia's three biggest fights against Tank, Haney, Romero, there was no title fight, no title on the line, no title fights, and he's never been a world champion in the sport yet. And Mario Barrios has the championship fights. He has the championship experience, sharing the ring with former world champions. And you look at Mario Barrios' record, he's not the best polished champion out there. And some believe he's the weakest link at 147. But you got to give him his distance because in terms of boxing IQ, he has the boxing IQ advantage over Ryan Garcia. He has the experience of Ryan Garcia because he went the distance with Gervonta Davis. If Gervonta Davis didn't get the knockdowns and the knockout, we could be having a different conversation about how Mario Barrios' career could be shaping out right now. He could have been the first guy to defeat Tank, realistically. He went the distance with Ugas. He went the distance with Keith Thurman. He went the distance with Manny Pacquiao. This is a guy, Mario Barrios, that has turned into a crafty veteran boxer that is very disciplined and knows how to make adjustments in between rounds, not banking on a knockout shot to win the fight, and can fight it in different ways and have different advantages to steal rounds from his opponents when needed. So I think the boxing IQ has to go in favor of Mario Barrios for this fight. And I think, honestly, one thing I'll add to the boxing IQ, if Mario Barrios could use his boxing IQ to take away the signature check left hook, like Gervonta Davis did when they fought in 2023. I don't give a damn about the rehydration clause or the catchweight. They both fought on the same playing field, and Tank took away that check left hook. When Ryan Garcia fought Rolly Romero, that check left hook, it was nowhere to be found. And when you take away that check left hook, what does Ryan Garcia have at that point? So I think if Mario Barrios could use his boxing IQ, be alert defensively to take that away, take away his best attribute, he could be in the driver's seat to possibly win this fight. So with that being said, I'm leaning more towards Mario Barrios right now to defeat Ryan Garcia when they fight for the WBC Welterweight Championship. Now, honestly, this is a 50-50 fight, but based off everything I just discussed with you guys, I think Mario Barrios is clearly in the driver's seat against Ryan Garcia. And nearly every category that I just discussed, I lean more towards Mario Barrios because he has more experience at 147. He's shared the ring with some great welterweights of this era in Keith Thurman, in Ugas, and Manny Pacquiao, former world champions. And he has the better boxing skills, better boxing IQ, and knows how to make adjustments in between rounds rather than Ryan Garcia. And I think Ryan Garcia is a good fighter, but he's not as experienced. He's not that crafty veteran fighter like Mario Barrios is in the game right now. And if I see the version of Mario Barrios, what he can do with his back against the wall. I've seen this version several times. You go back in 2021 where he fought Gervonta Davis. I think up until that Lamont Roach fight, that was Gervonta Davis's toughest opponent in his boxing career. If Mario Barrios didn't get knocked down several times or got knocked out, we could be having a whole different conversation of how Mario Barrios' career is going right now. He could have been the first fighter to ever defeat Gervonta Davis. But I've seen his back against the wall, the adjustments that he made against Gervonta Davis. I've seen him when his back was against the wall against Ugas when they fought for the interim WBC Welterweight Championship back in 2023, where he scored 2 knockdowns against Ugas and won the fight by unanimous decision. I've seen how hard he fought from rounds 10 through 12 to scrap away a draw against Manny Pacquiao to retain his WBC Welterweight Championship. So I see the type of fighter that Mario Barrios is when his back is against the wall. He doesn't quit. And then I see what type of fighter that Ryan Garcia is when he has to overcome adversity, when things don't go his way, when he has to go through hoops of a rehydration and catchweight clause. When he was fighting Tank on the same playing field, he wasn't the same fighter and he quit. When he didn't have his way, when the check left hook wasn't landing against Rolly Romero, he quit and got outboxed and outclassed by Rolly Romero for 10-11 rounds. So right now, I think if Mario Barrios could take away Ryan Garcia's best attribute, the check left hook, and outbox and outclass Ryan Garcia, then Mario Barrios can find a clear path to victory by winning that fight by decision to retain the title. Or by knockout because Ryan Garcia has been exposed by power shots in the past. So right now, I'm leaning more towards Mario Barrios to get the job done when these two fighters fight. That's not my prediction, and it could go in a different way when these two fighters fight. But that's my early fight preview between Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia.